Hi, everybody. I am making this video because I have an exciting announcement to make. I am releasing my first collection of poetry, titled Glimmers in the Tempest. It should be released. We're getting everything sorted with printing and cover art and everything. I'm partnering with one of my poet friends, uh, printing houses. It's in Canada, so it's still yet to be printed, um, and formatted correctly and then shipped. So I will have more updates on the timeline. I'm hoping by sometime July to have the copies. I'm doing a limited run of 30 copies, and I'll make further notes about if anybody's interested in getting their hands on a copy. I have some local friends and family that I want to give a copy to. So yeah, I'll kind of continue to see how many copies will still be available after that for purchase and price points and all of that. Right now, I'm thinking I'll probably create a Google form, and if you're interested in buying a copy, sending your name, your email, your address, and I can once I get the copies, I can then ship them out to people. Um, but before the the book is completely finished, I wanted to, both as a way to uh, lean into reading my poems out loud and the art form that that is, as opposed to, merely just rereading the poem, artfully speaking it out loud, and that unveiling new meanings of the poem, and as a way to promote the collection ahead of its release, I want to read some of my favorites. Over the coming days and weeks. And so this first poem that I selected for today was, I think, bar none, the longest I've spent on a poem. And once I start reading it, I think it'll become apparent why that is. It deals with my fraught relationship with my father, um, told through an arc of what we spent the most time doing, which was golf. He put a plastic golf club in my hands when I was 3 years old. I was whacking wiffle balls across the backyard. I started playing tournaments competitively when I was 7. We would get up at the crack of dawn every morning, not every morning, every Sunday morning, um, and go play. And he was really my only coach, from, you know, as far as I can remember until the end of high school. And I think a lot of my relationship with him played out on the golf course, both the peaks and the really dark, um, valleys. And this poem was really a way for me to go deeply into that. And in the spirit of the larger theme of the book, see the light on the other side of it. Um, and the other thing of note for this poem before I read it is the title of it is Ekphrastic Poem on Father and Son by Cat Stevens. And so for those who don't know, an ekphrastic poem is a poem that takes a work of art, usually a painting, but can be any medium of art, and is essentially a response to that. So the poet will not just merely reflect what they see in kind of like a journal entry, but it's really like a conversation with that art piece that gives both that piece more, you know, more meaning, deeper layers of meaning, and helps to shape and inform the poem. And so this song has I love Cat Stevens, first of all. And this song has been really impactful to me for years, both as a way to kind of grieve the relationship that um, the end of the relationship with my father, at least for now, we're estranged, as well as imagine what I would want my relationship with my future kid to be. And so, um, what it means to have an ekphrastic poem with this song is, if you know the song, you will be able to pick it up, but sprinkled throughout the poem are lyrics from the poem, from the song, that I've included. So kind of keep an ear out for that as as you're listening. Okay, I think without further ado, I'm going to get into it. And the poem is broken out into nine sections, and on the print version, it's broken out by Roman numerals. I don't know when reciting poems with, sections like that, if they're not like titled anything other than the number, if they're typically read out, it just feels to me like um it'll kind of just take away from the flow. So that's not there, but on the print version it will be. Okay. Ekphrastic Poem on Father and Son by Cat Stevens. The golf club cradled in infant hands like one would let fall grains of sand. Father's words, hold it like you would a baby, echo as the maple tree quakes in the spring breeze. The freely swinging leaves mirror my sweet strides, fetching the wiffle balls I strike smoothly. As doves flutter in the bird bath, mother soothes me. Just relax. Take it easy. Older now, my iron grip chokes the rushing river, strangling all kinetic energy until I shrivel. You're still young. That's your fault for trying to cage a bird. Palm sweat and cracks of calloused hands cause my trembling grip to slip. I squeeze the leather, smothering the baby and crushing the bird's feather. I scold myself, get a grip and make a change. Oh, how can I try to explain, like father, like son, longing for membership in your club? He turns away again. I'm ordered to listen. My shoes saturate with morning dew. Fog rises from the soil. Dawn's rays glisten the blades of grass, their golden hue. Rose hips have fallen. But on this winter's day, we do not simply settle down and be calm. I'm instructed to swing into a weighted bag. The thumping sound harmonizes with your knuckles punching through the bedroom door. It's always been the same old story. Feeble escape plots are thwarted by this final blow. Think of everything you've got. I scantily recall my young spirit scampering off like a squirrel searching for a nut in father's land. It's hard, but it's harder to ignore it. The child's faint glow slips from my grasp like my grip on a sweltering summer's day. I stalk his ever dimming light. I know I have to go. Father's furrowed brows give me a fright. It's not time to make a chain. Rough as sand, father's hands yank my velvety ears toward his corral. You will still be here tomorrow. At last, galloping free from his reins, we shriek, there's so much you have to know, achieving choral unison as the night wanes. With fists unclenched and sword sheathed, the baby can once again breathe. I journey into a green not mowed by man, a hand not brutish, but meek, strokes my coarse cheek. This hand opens a tunnel for the whistling wind, the valley bristling with blackbirds. They sing, look at me. I'm old, but I'm happy. Once filling divots taken from the earth, my gentle hands now plant wildflowers. I take my time, think a lot. Now there's a way. Thank you for listening to that. It was really meaningful to say it out loud like that. Um, this poem is on my Substack, and I actually recorded a video that accompanies it on Substack, which I think is the only poem that I've done that for. Um, but this reading was certainly a lot more dramatic than that one, and that was on purpose. I want to lean a lot more into the spoken word style. And so you can expect that in future poem readings for this little series. And I'm just extremely excited and proud to release this collection. And yeah, it just feels like the culmination of so many years of emotional process and scribbling all sorts of incoherent stabs at poetry, and then really over the last year through poetry workshops and reciting poetry and studying poetry, um, really honing that craft a lot more. Um, so yeah, I couldn't be more grateful to all the people who looked over this poem and so many others and really helped me get it to the place that it is today. So thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to continuing to do these.